For 30 years, Johnny Carson ruled late-night TV with charm and razor-sharp wit. But behind the laughs was a man who often clashed fiercely with friends, rivals, and guests. The Tonight Show wasn't just about comedy. It was sometimes a stage for drama, betrayal, and confrontation. Here are 3 intense moments that revealed Johnny Carson's fiery side. Johnny Carson versus Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers was Johnny's protege and frequent guest host, seen as his natural successor. But in 1986, Rivers accepted her own late-night show on Fox without telling Carson first. To Rivers, it was a career breakthrough. To Carson, it was a betrayal. He never spoke to her again, hanging up when she tried to explain. Rivers was banned from The Tonight Show for 26 years, only returning under Jimmy Fallon in 2014. The feud damaged both their legacies. Carson's image took a hit, and Rivers carried the emotional scars until her death. Don Rickles and the Broken Box Rickles and Carson traded insults as friends, but one night, Rickles broke Carson's cherished cigarette box. The next evening, Carson stormed Rickles' live sitcom taping, holding the broken box and grilling him on air. It was unplanned, hilarious, and showed Carson's raw side, mixing real irritation with comedy genius. Wayne Newton's explosive showdown. Johnny Carson often joked about Wayne Newton, including hints about mob ties. When Carson joked about Newton losing a casino deal because of the mob, Newton snapped and confronted him at NBC. This wasn't just a joke, it was a serious threat. Newton warned Carson to stop using his name or face consequences, nearly turning physical. Stunned, Carson backed off immediately, and Newton's name disappeared from the monologues overnight. Newton never made a public fuss but drew a firm line, and Carson never crossed it again. This rare showdown proved that sometimes a joke can lead to real danger. Raymond Burr's quiet resistance. Raymond Burr, famed for Perry Mason and Ironside, became the target of Carson's relentless weight jokes. What seemed like harmless roasts to audiences were humiliations to Burr. Despite asking producers to ease up, the jokes kept coming. After his second 1976 appearance, Burr quietly refused to return. No headlines, no phone slams, just silence. Burr's withdrawal sent a powerful message. There's a line between humor and humiliation, and Carson crossed it. Unlike public feuds, this was a quiet, dignified stand. It exposed a Carson blind to the pain behind the punchlines. In late night, silence can be louder than outrage. Johnny Carson versus the New York Times, the monologue meltdown. In 1980, the New York Times revealed that Johnny Carson was earning $25 million a year, the highest TV salary at the time. Instead of brushing it off, Carson went on air and unleashed a rare, unfiltered fury. Holding the newspaper live on air, he denounced the story as unfair and false, accusing the Times of invading his privacy. His usual cool wit gave way to bitterness and frustration, exposing a fiercely protective side of the late-night icon. The moment stunned viewers and the media alike. The master of roasting others didn't take kindly to being scrutinized himself. This wasn't just about money, it was a revealing glimpse behind the polished persona of television's king. Feeling betrayed and threatened, especially during a time of economic hardship, Carson used his platform to wage an unexpected war. The humor was gone, replaced by sharp anger. For once, the gloves were off, and Johnny Carson was dead serious. Family feud. Johnny versus his son at the 25th anniversary. In 1987, NBC celebrated Carson's 25 years hosting The Tonight Show. But behind the glitz, a private storm brewed. Johnny's strained relationship with his sons, especially Rick, exploded at the party. Eyewitnesses described a heated public confrontation. Rick accused Johnny of caring more about fame than family. Johnny snapped back. The clash nearly turned physical and left Carson shaken, causing him to leave early. This deeply personal feud stayed private. Carson never addressed it publicly. Tragically, Rick died in 1991 before they could reconcile. It was a rare glimpse of the vulnerable man behind the legend. Jacqueline Susann's cocktail assault. Jacqueline Susann, author of the scandalous bestseller Valley of the Dolls, appeared on The Tonight Show, and faced Johnny Carson's biting remarks. He dismissed her book as trashy and insulted her appearance, joking she looked more like a truck driver than a novelist. The audience laughed, but Susann wasn't amused. She kept her composure initially, until Carson's insults crossed a line. After the show, at a party, she stunned everyone by throwing her Black Russian cocktail right in Carson's face. The room fell silent. Carson said nothing, while Susann made a bold, unforgettable statement by walking away. The incident quickly became legendary in the industry. Though Carson never addressed it publicly, Susann was reportedly blacklisted from the show. This rare act of defiance showed that Carson's sharp humor sometimes came with serious consequences, especially when his target refused to be the punchline. Vanessa Williams' joke, controversy. When humor crossed the line. In 1984, Vanessa Williams made history as the first African-American Miss America. But Carson's monologue joke about her win struck many as insensitive and dismissive, implying her victory was a token gesture. The audience's nervous laughter masked swift backlash. Williams later spoke out about the pain the joke caused, igniting conversations on race, representation, and late-night responsibility. Carson privately admitted the joke went too far, but mostly stayed silent publicly. This moment exposed cultural blind spots in entertainment and highlighted how even beloved figures like Carson could misstep amid changing social tides. Joan Rivers' return. After more than 2 decades of silence following their bitter fallout, Joan Rivers' surprise return to The Tonight Show in 2014 marked a historic reconciliation. Invited by Jimmy Fallon, the reunion was charged with unspoken pain, pride, and mutual respect. Rivers candidly spoke about how devastating Carson's coldness had been, calling it one of the darkest moments of her career. Yet she also recognized his vital role in launching her success. Behind the on-screen warmth lay complex emotions, reflecting the intense, often turbulent bond between mentor and protege. For Carson's legacy, the reunion added new layers, showing that even the fiercest rivalries can heal over time. Joan Rivers' return humanized Carson, revealing the complicated blend of ambition, loyalty, and betrayal that shapes celebrity relationships. Their reunion reminded fans that while some scars endure, understanding and forgiveness are possible beyond the spotlight. Carson's last on-air argument. In 1992, Johnny Carson's retirement ended an era. On his farewell show, a younger comedian challenged his legacy, calling his style outdated. Carson passionately defended his influence and standards, blending pride and intensity in a memorable final debate. His closing moments mixed humor with reflection, highlighting a career marked by wit, excellence, and fierce moments. Beyond the laughs, Carson's story, full of public feuds and private struggles, reveals a proud, passionate, and deeply human legend whose controversies often unfolded off camera. Please subscribe to our channel for more videos, and don't forget to press the bell icon.